Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Medieval Kingdoms Total War 1212 AD campaign. We're back with episode 3 of my Antioch series. We're back on Total War Attila. Here today, the Pope has called a crusade for Cairo, and hopefully we can take it. We have our new king, Raymond the Cruel, and his brother and heir, Prince Bohemund. In the last episode, if you haven't gone and watched it, I highly recommend you do. We had a really good Crusader last stand, but unfortunately we lost our faction leader on the fields of Damascus. We have managed to make pretty decent progress against the Ayyubids and towards our victory conditions of forming the Empire of Antioch, but some of the Crusader well, I guess there's been like another Crusader state formed here. Venice have taken Alexandria and the coast of Egypt. So, Crusading Venice is now a thing. It's crazy to see. So, welcome to the Battle of Cairo, 1223 AD. Let's get stuck into the Ayyubids. But that's Bram McBourne's submod. I do highly recommend it if you want to see the AI be more aggressive and expansionist. Like Venice taking the Egyptian North African coast. That's quite cool. Like, how cool would it be if they could actually form their own crusading faction, or they could secede off and declare their independence. You know what I mean? Like have a splinter faction. I would imagine that would be such a enormous task to code. I wouldn't even know how you would do it, but it'd be kind of cool if factions could splinter off. Kind of like you can do it in CK2. They can be like they can form their own sort of kingdoms that you can puppet and let your family members control. Yeah, that happened in my CK3 England campaign when we were dealing with the Spanish, weren't we? But anyway, we'll push up, try and seize the walls. Not an insane garrison inside, but obviously a crucial key historical battle. We've got to play the Crusading siege for Cairo. Okay, guys, slowly but surely make your way up to the walls. So, I am open to doing more Medieval Kingdoms Total War 1212 AD on the channel, on Total War Attila, so let me know what you'd like me to replace this series with in the future so I can sort of plan ahead. Some of the factions we haven't played as: Austria, the Moors, Bavaria. There's a couple it's mostly like German factions actually. Bohemia, Brandenburg. Aragon we haven't played as, but we have played as Castile and Portugal. Genoa. In the Far East, we've got like Lithuania. That might be a fun pagan faction to play as. Or Wallachia. But we got some reinforcements coming in as well. The garrison at Cairo shouldn't faze us too much, but here come the heavy Principality of Antioch cavalry. Although we're technically a kingdom now, it's just easy to call them that. The Principality. So we all know what we're talking about. Okay. So we're slowly making our way up here. Archers are gaining their way to the walls. Should be able to get some counter volleys back on, but the Ayyubids are catapulting us quite well here. Fire and fury down upon us, and we're hitting the drum tower here. Clipping a couple of them, but they are crossbowing right back at us and taking cover. It's loosing shots down. The brave Antioch archers withering the storm. Oh my god, but there's a bush on fire there. Watch out for the flaming shrubbery. So we got some dismounted Templar Knights moving their way up. And we've also got my brother here in the reinforcing, so we'll allow him to rendezvous with me. And just protect himself with the main army. They can sit safely just behind those cavalry. They ain't really going to be too much of a threat. We're pitting them from two sides now. 3 siege ladders are pushing up on the right, while most of the army comes from the left. There isn't even too much resistance on that right side there with those crossbows. The Hospitallers are going to take the right flank. Fighting together. I guess you're better off to group Hospitallers and Templars together and not deal or have the arguments. Those ladders have nearly made their way up to the walls of Cairo, but these arrow towers, man. These fire drums are just ripping us to shreds. But we're going to make our way up here now. And then Cairo will fall to Crusader and Catholic occupation. My reinforcements are a lot closer now, which is good. And we're making our way up. The Hospitallers just need to deal with those Obid crossbows. And then you get that ram up there as well. They're sitting a fair few units well flush behind the gateway. Alright, start the siege and break down the gateway there if we can. But yeah, the Iubids mustn't have many more settlements over this part of the map, you'd think. But the Crusaders have made their way up to the walls. What a crazy animation there. Entry fragging in. So we'll move the battering ram up, but fierce fighting is now broken out on the walls. Put these Iubids and Crusaders to work. But we have had the better of them, command and battle wise. We were put in some definitely tricky and difficult situations at the start of this series, but we've managed to claw our way back. Just need to gain dominance on the walls and we'll be fine. We'll look to try and get my cavalry in, but we'll just have to see how we go. Let's give out some attack orders to our infantry and try and get these guys up. Just get them to deploy over and as close to the wall as possible. We'll allow the AI to take the initiative on their own pathfinding. They should be able to push up. So, we did only outnumber them by 1,600, so it's not a crazy amount. Okay, we're in here now. The Hospitallers can charge in against those spears. Make our way through the first gateway breach. We're doing a lot better on this far right-hand side. We could move in our cavalry, potentially, if we can get our boys through. Let's swing around and relocate you guys now. My archer's doing really, really well. You got to give it to the Iubids. They are holding quite courageously. That's what I was trying to say before I got tongue-tied. The infantry have made their way in, and we'll send in our cavalry against theirs. We should be able to break through those Ascari cavalry. We outnumber them by a good 1,000 now. Nearly have broken through the second gatehouse now. And the Obids are fleeing from the walls. Only a minuscule amount of them remain on the walls. Just turning into a little bit of a grind at the moment, putting our Crusaders to work. We are getting the better of the Iubids. Just need a breakthrough. The second gateway's now down there. Might be able to push them from the top of the gateway if we're lucky now. But we are now bringing down the flags of the false idols. And we'll raise the Crusader flag soon. Oh wow. We've nearly destroyed all of the units on the ground floor on the right hand side. My cavalry have done a tremendous job. They are triumphant, and oh my god, they're trying to just like swing in there with some high octane attacks. We're struggling on the main assault here, but our cavalry can do the same. Adopting the same tactic and spectacle there as our Iubid enemy. Really good charge there, particularly in the city streets. Getting like that much momentum. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, now they're getting their smarts together. 2 units of swords and a spear unit. Definitely something we have to watch out for now. They're now routing. We might be able to make our way to the town square. But I'm sure the Pope will be happy, more than happy, once he hears the news of Antioch prevailing in the Far East. They're now destroyed. Yep, make your way to the town square to deal with the general unit inside. We've switched it back to, what is that, 70% in our favour now? We are struggling to deal with those crossbows on the left. And there's only 1,200. Now we outnumber them 3-1 roughly. Victory is inevitable. But it's just a matter of numbers. How many of our brave Crusaders will end up in heaven? Or we send the Saracens to hell? I'm joking. I'm role-playing as a Crusader. I've role-played as an Iubid in my series. I've done a lot of 12 AD campaigns, so I don't know why you would be 15 minutes into a video if this didn't suit your fancy, but I do have a playlist. I do have a catalogue. You'd be surprised how many campaigns I've done on stuff. Like, the amount of variety I have on this channel. Look, the later the videos go back, The squeakier my voice gets, the younger and more youthful I sound. But, yeah. I'm sure if you're into Total War and Paradox games, I'm sure there's a strategy game and campaign. You'd be surprised if you haven't got it checked out. Got a good charge in here from the Crusaders. If we can snipe their general, we might be able to finish and wrap this siege of Cairo up. Just need to get those last lot of capture points so we can start the countdown. Okay, where are we looking now? Just a couple more spearmen there. 3 on that side. We can deal with those. And now we're capturing the main square. We should be able to initiate the countdown in a moment. Momentarily. Man, those Sultan's bodyguard really held out well there. There was 50 before the initial charge. Now only 40. You gotta give it to these crossbow units. They are being rather quite defiant on the top of the walls there. Alright, let's speed things up. God, even though those spearmen took that capture point on the far right there, they're wavering just due to arrow tower. There's not really much I can do. Because if we move them too far, they're just going to get shot in the back as they move. Okay. We've nearly won on that wall there. I'll push for there. $95% in our favour. Surely they're about to capitulate. Okay, it's taking like 18 minutes, but we're finally taking the enemy off the walls, and we have victory, finally, decisive victory. Cairo is now ours. Perfect. So, we lost a little bit in that fight. Those arrow towers ripped all through us. Close victory, 1 unit lost, but it doesn't matter how many units we lose because we've got automatic replenishment in this game. Hell yeah! And we'll occupy Cairo now. We can ask the Pope for some money and spend some papal favour. So we're a victorious crusader, we're back in the Pope's standings, and we're not excommunicated anymore, I guess. We've been reinstated because we took Cairo. Victorious crusader. Yeah, because it actually works now. The 5th Crusade. It's not bugged. Oh, it's not that it wasn't bugged, it just wasn't working in previous versions, I think, to be precise. But victory. We lost a little bit of papal favour there because I did ask for some moolah. Some cash money. Because we've got a large amount of investment needed in these out-Rima territories. So, the Obids do have some territory down in southern Egypt, so let's push out to them. I've always said out-Rima, but I have heard it pronounced out-Rima. I guess it just depends. I don't know. Okay, so they've only got 3 regions left. So they don't have any more territory to the east. Also like northeast. So we're still a little bit away before we can found our empire. Noble birth. Okay. So we've got an option here. The crusade now ends. Well, this is new. With the capture of the Crusaders' target from the infidels, the Crusaders have clearly triumphed. Triumphant. It did. However, the Pope now demands that all titles seized during the Crusade be transferred for the Kingdom of Jerusalem, or alternatively, you can push Jerusalem and take the city. We've just gotten back into really good steads with him, so we've got 4 options. For some reason, we can't even do one of them. So we can comply. You abdicate all of your newly gained titles to the Kingdom of Jerusalem, get 20,000 gold. I don't think I want to do that. Refuse, your reputation with the Pope will worsen drastically. Only give the target. Your reputation with the Pope worsens. We could give them Cairo. Like, straight refusing could have unforeseen consequences. Like getting excommunicated again, which will probably lead to war with Venice. And potentially Jerusalem. I don't know exactly. I think we'll come to a compromise and only give the target instead of straight refusing. Minor concessions were made. Those scumbags. But compromise is always good in a marriage, I guess, with the Kingdom of Jerusalem with us. Just those scumbags, man. Those cowards left us at Damascus, and now they've gained Cairo without even hard fighting for it. We deserved it. Definitely not them. We might just have to go to war with them eventually. Oh, wow. So Venice gave their territory in Egypt to them. They're quite a large force now, but we will make sure the destruction of the Ayyubids is swift. We're at peace with them now. Well, we're probably going to have to redeclare war upon them, because I want their territory. So they have an alliance with Oman now. Okay. Going to negotiate with Thessalonica here. They're probably going to give us a decent amount of money. Yeah, they are. For a military alliance. And access. Same with Achaia. Or Achaia. The Greeks. Okay. We just need to strengthen our military alliances more so if we can. Sicily's doing alright. Seeing they were dealing with war with the HRE from turn 1 because of their succession crisis that's going on in this time period. Okay, diplomacy-wise, everything is good and fine for now. Okay. Maybe we're better off heading north instead. Just to replenish and repair, because yeah, there's more. The thing is, right, there's more provinces in the north than there are in the south. I've actually changed my mind in thinking of that. Because we could push down against the Ayyubids, but... like, to circumnavigate southern Saudi Arabia and southern Egypt can be a little bit annoying. The Abbasid Caliphate are heading down anyway, but look how many, like, territories are consolidated in the north. I think would be quicker going against Rum and Nicaea. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 8 just in Anatolia itself. And then we can get those 18, because we've only got 7 at the moment. Yeah. Because we don't want to give more concessions to the crusading states. Right, well, unfortunately it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 3 of the Antioch campaign. A little bit disappointing, particularly with those concessions we had to make. It's really cool that it's a proper scripted event now, but more annoying. I would have rather given it to Venice or the Pope or the Papacy rather than the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Those buggers. But anyway, thanks guys. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'm going to play the outro now. Unfortunately guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already with the bell notification on. Let me know in the comment section down below feedback and suggestions for the video, and feel free to leave a dislike. If you want to support the channel and follow me on my social media links, they are all linked in the description below. We've got the series playlist that you can access. You can also have a look at my gaming and recording equipment. If you want to get yourself some cheap games, check out the links. You can support me on Patreon if you want. Channel members are available. Use creator code SimpzyTotalWar on the Epic Games Store checkout to flick me a couple of bucks. We've got Twitter, Discord, merchandise, Facebook, Steam group, Instagram, Twitch, and Google Plus links all in the description below as well. But above all guys, make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. Goodbye.